What if the most powerful state of consciousness you can access isn't just mystical, but neurological? What if peak performance, spontaneous healing, intuition, creativity, and profound clarity all arise from a brain state, one you can enter deliberately? Neuroscience calls this the gamma state. Mystics have been accessing it for thousands of years. Today, I'm going to show you how to access the gamma state, the frequency the brain enters when we are fully in the present moment and operating beyond limitation. I'll show you what it is, why it's so powerful, and how to enter it intentionally. Before we explore the gamma state, it helps to understand how consciousness moves through different brainwave frequencies. The human brain operates across multiple electrical frequencies, each corresponding to a distinct mode of awareness and perception. Beta is the frequency of alert, waking consciousness. It operates roughly between 15 and 39 cycles per second. This is the state of analysis, problem solving, decision making, everyday attention. Beta is useful, but when it dominates, the mind becomes tense, linear, and disconnected from deeper insight. Alpha operates between 8 and 14 cycles per second. This is the bridge state between thinking and imagination. Here, the nervous system relaxes, creativity increases, and the mind becomes more receptive. Alpha is the state we enter during light meditation, when we're daydreaming, when we feel calm, inspired, and open. Theta ranges from 4 to 7 cycles per second. This is a deeply internal state associated with intuition, creativity, subconscious access, and vivid imagery. In theta, the analytical mind quiets and becomes more fluid. This is the state often accessed in hypnosis, deep meditation, and dreamlike states, but with some level of awareness. Here we have access to psychic awareness. In deeper theta, the ego is quiet. Delta operates between 1 and 4 cycles per second. Delta is the state of deep sleep, physical restoration, cellular regeneration. In delta, the body regenerates and resets. We're plugged back into spirit to revitalize and re-energize. Here, awareness is minimal. These 4 states, beta through delta, are the commonly accessed ranges of human consciousness, but beyond them lie extraordinary states that are far less understood, such as epsilon and lambda. Epsilon is an ultra-slow brainwave state, measured at approximately 0.5 cycles per second. This state is associated with profound stillness, deep meditative states, suspended bodily awareness. Epsilon creates exceptional neurological stability and grounding. It acts as a harmonic bridge, preparing the nervous system for higher frequency states by synchronizing the brain as a unified field. Embedded within epsilon is a much faster carrier frequency known as lambda, operating around 200 cycles per second. Lambda is associated with rapid insight, profound problem-solving abilities, ecstatic states of awareness, deep integration of information. It's often described as a frequency that opens us up to knowing rather than thinking, unlimited knowing. And this brings us to gamma. Gamma brainwaves range roughly between 40 and 110 cycles per second. Gamma sits between the ordinary and the extraordinary. It's the state where the brain synchronizes across regions, allowing information to integrate rapidly rather than sequentially. This is why gamma is associated with peak performance, flow states, heightened perception. When you are fully in the zone, in the flow, you're in gamma. In gamma, your perception of time changes, and you feel a sense of timelessness. Action feels effortless, intuition sharpens, and insight suddenly appears. Creativity flows, synchronicities increase, manifestation becomes quicker, and your perception widens. When you're in the flow, you're no longer forcing or manipulating outcomes. The gamma state glides you through life, and things that are not in alignment with you will become obvious. And when this happens, the mind stops fragmenting reality and begins perceiving it as a unified field. In short, when you begin experiencing your reality in this way, it's dramatically different. There's also a higher range of gamma known as hypergamma, occurring at approximately 100 cycles per second and above. In hypergamma, awareness expands beyond the personal sense of self. Perception becomes non-local, and consciousness accesses broader informational fields. This range is often associated with transcendent insight, oversoul awareness, deep mystical experience, and contact with other life forms, other civilizations. Hypergamma forms a bridge toward lambda, linking higher states of awareness with profound knowing. This is why Bashar describes gamma as the channeling frequency, because it assists in energetically harmonizing the person who's channeling to the higher energy being channeled. But here's something else very special about gamma that most people are unaware of. The gamma state offers us something very profound. It offers us unlimited knowing. Let me explain what I mean by this through the words of Ramtha. Your brain is a receiver of frequencies with different regions designed to receive, house, and amplify the different frequencies of thought. That ability is either amplified or restricted depending on the density of water within the cellular structures. Some regions are able to amplify higher frequency thought, while others amplify lower frequencies. Your brain does not create thought. It simply allows thought to enter it from source consciousness. It does not judge it or alter it. It receives thought and transforms it into electrical current throughout the nervous system. But the brain can only receive certain frequencies of thought if the corresponding regions of the brain have been activated. The brain's ability to receive different frequencies of thought is regulated by the pituitary gland, lodged between the left and right hemispheres of the brain. The pituitary gland is responsible for activating different areas of the brain to receive different frequencies of thought from source consciousness. Your brain is governed by the functions of this powerful gland through a complex system of hormone flows. The pituitary secretes hormones that flow through the brain and into the pineal gland, which amplifies these frequencies of thought and transmits them throughout the body. The hormones released by the pineal gland activate all the other endocrine glands, coordinating their secretion and creating what's known as hormonal balance. And it's the pineal that governs your entire nervous system. The level of this balance is determined by the collective frequencies the pineal receives. The higher the frequencies of thought, the greater and more synchronized the hormonal flow throughout the body, what we call hormonal balance. As these frequencies increase, the pineal further stimulates the pituitary, which in turn activates the brain to receive even higher frequencies of thought. And this is how we begin to experience higher states of consciousness. When the pineal is stimulated, it releases DMT, activating the entire nervous system. The fluid of the central nervous system is water, another reason hydration is essential. The frequencies of our thoughts infuse the cellular structure as sparks of light, generating electrical impulses throughout the body and give rise to every sensation, every feeling, and emotional state. Your frequency determines which thoughts enter the brain and radiate throughout the body. These may be lower frequencies that limit the information you can access, or higher frequencies that open you to a far greater level of knowing than typically experienced. And this is why Ramtha says, you have the ability to know everything there is to know. This same understanding is reflected in Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. Dr. Joe includes an additional energy center in his meditations, positioned between the throat and the third eye. He acknowledges both the pituitary and pineal as key regulators of higher states of consciousness. Okay, so now that we understand how profound the gamma state is and what it can open within us, how do we access it? Here's the great news. It's not difficult. Anyone can do it. It only takes a few minutes, and with practice, it becomes accessible almost instantly. And the more you access it, the more it begins to feel less like a state you enter and more like your living state of being. Before I guide you into the gamma state, there are two essential foundations we need to talk about: water and breath. When the body is dehydrated, it becomes more difficult for higher frequency information to be received and distributed throughout the body. Any form of energy work becomes more difficult when you're dehydrated. Your body is an instrument. Hydration helps tune that instrument. You are quite literally a conductor of energy, and you're composed largely of water. Water is the medium through which frequency moves throughout the physical body. When you're dehydrated, receptivity is dampened. Internal conductivity decreases, and it becomes harder to stabilize higher energy states. Water molecules act as frequency carriers. They form structured lattices capable of storing and transmitting information, similar to crystalline matrices. When you're hydrated, your internal water can carry and amplify subtle signals much more effectively. Without sufficient hydration, the biofield becomes less conductive, less stable, and more erratic. At the cellular level, the microcurrents between cells, particularly within the nervous system, become less conductive. This makes it difficult to hold higher energy states for any length of time. Higher states of consciousness generate high electrical charge. The nervous system must be able to process this charge without overload. Hydration supports proper cellular voltage regulation, allowing these states to stabilize rather than to short circuit. Simply put, when you're hydrated, higher frequency states become easier to tune into and easier to sustain because the connection becomes more stabilized. And then there is the breath. Breath is a gateway. Slow, rhythmic breathing calms the nervous system and harmonizes the body, preparing it to work at higher, accelerated, and more coordinated levels. Breath is one of the primary ways through which you can naturally stimulate the pineal gland to produce DMT and enter profound mystical states without ingesting any external substances such as psilocybin or ayahuasca. Incidentally, darkness also enhances this process by upregulating DMT. If you have a blackout mask, like this one, I recommend using it during this exercise. This is also why, in his retreats, Joe Dispenza always has his participants wear blackout masks. It eliminates any visual input to help support inner focus. Before we begin the practice, I want to share a simple breath technique that Bashar teaches to help induce the gamma state. Let's practice it for a moment. We'll begin with the mouth open. Slowly and deeply inhale through your mouth. Partway through the inhale, close your mouth and continue inhaling through your nose. Now exhale slowly and do the same thing. Begin the exhale with your mouth open, and partway through the exhale, close your mouth. The key is this: even after you close your mouth, maintain the sensation that it's still open. That subtle sensation helps the nervous system accelerate into gamma more smoothly and quickly. Let's do that one more time. Deeply inhale through the mouth. Partway through, close the mouth and continue inhaling through the nose. Then exhale with your mouth open and close it partway. Exhale slowly. Now, continue this breathing with the mouth closed, maintaining the sensation that it's still open. And now, let's move into this simple practice to enter the gamma state. For the next few minutes, make yourself comfortable, and when you're ready, close your eyes. If you have a blackout mask, put it on now. All right, let's get started. We're going to bring ourselves fully into the present moment. Release any thoughts in your mind and let them become quiet, empty, still. Imagine there's an invisible opening in your body, and every thought gently pours out through it. All memories of the past, any thoughts of the future, all attachments, any emotions, any reactions. Gently let them go and just rest in a state of quiet observation. I'm going to ask a few simple yes or no questions about your state of consciousness, this state of observation. As I ask the questions, simply notice whether any of these qualities are present or not. Feel free to answer out loud or silently. Do you notice any shape? Do you notice a color? Does it have a form? Is it an object? How vast is it? Does it have a boundary? Does it have any perceivable limit? Does it have a beginning, a point of origin? Does it have an ending? Is there a sense that it could ever fade, become weak, or diminish? Can anything replace or remove it, take it away? Can it ever become sick, depressed, or damaged? Does it have an emotion? Can it be owned by someone else? Can it ever be destroyed? Notice how present or apart from you it is. Can it even be apart? Does it have a mood? Is it a state of hypnosis? Was it born? Can it die? Can it ever be lost? Or possessed or owned by someone else? Can it be manipulated? Does it impose any judgment on anything? Can you exist outside of it? Is this awareness just your imagination? Do you feel it applying any force in any way? Does it rely on any of your physical senses? Can it ever be taken away from you? And so, if it's not an object, if it has no size, shape, or color, if it can't become sick, can't become owned or lost, has no beginning, no ending, no boundary, if it cannot be apart from you and can't be replaced and doesn't function through your physical senses, then what is it? This awareness, this quiet observation, this simple isness is your fundamental nature. The limitless part of you, pure consciousness. It's your connection to all that is. And it's from here, from entering this state, that you are at your most powerful to reshape your body, reshape your world. This is the gamma state. This is you resting in source consciousness. And when you're ready, open your eyes. This is the state of embodying source consciousness. It's what Joe Dispenza calls the quantum field, and it's why he guides all his attendees at his retreats into this state, because this is where profoundly altered states, mystical experiences, and in some cases, spontaneous healing of serious and terminal health conditions occurs. If you answered yes to any of those questions, such as noticing a vague boundary, a feeling, or a sense of mood, that doesn't mean that anything's wrong. It simply means the mind was still a little active, and you were noticing something moving through awareness, rather than awareness itself. That's completely natural, and it settles with practice. Practice this exercise every day. It will crystallize your ability to call upon and shift yourself into the gamma state whenever you need to, until it becomes your first nature, your natural state of being. But here's the key. This higher vibrational state isn't extraordinary. It's you. It's your natural state, the one you return to when effort drops away. You're not becoming something new. You're remembering who you are. You were never disconnected from it, only distracted. And with that, we'll bring this to a close. Questions, comments, sharings, Please leave them all below. I read them all. If you like the sharing and you'd like to hear more, please hit the like button. This is what helps me know that you are inspired by these teachings. Thank you for listening and for being part of this beautiful community where we explore practical ways to access higher states of awareness and apply them to everyday life. Superhuman Made Simple with the Architect.